7:01, I hereby call the January 14th, 2026 meeting of the Frostburg Planning Commission to order. We will begin our meeting by a roll call of members present.
Adam Ritchie, Commissioner of Public Works. Richard Russo.
Conrad Best.
Karen Crowe.
Jeff Snyder.
Ray Race.
We have a quorum. As we begin, I would ask anyone that is presenting business before the commission or individuals who want to comment on business before the commission or other concerns, please come forward to the podium at the appropriate time. State your name and address for the record. Each meeting is recorded, so please speak loudly and clearly. First item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes of the November 2025 Planning Commission meeting. You have a copy up there before you, and the minutes were distributed earlier.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as submitted.
I second it.
There's a motion and a second to approve the minutes as written. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Indicate, anyway. I heard enough ayes to say that the ayes have it. At this point. Okay. Next, we have citizens' comments, and you're not here as a citizen to comment, okay? So then we come now to the project presentations on the preliminary plan review of the vertical converting addition, Frostburg Industrial Park.
Conrad, I need to recuse myself from this.
From the vote, yes,
Yeah.
understand.
Do you want me to leave the table, or?
You don't have to leave, we may want to,
It's up to you, sir.
you're fine there.
Okay.
Okay, you guys can unmute, and we're ready for you to present now. If you run into any issues or any echoing, or if you can't hear anybody, just let us know.
I'm good.
Sounds good.
Good evening, Chair Conrad Best, the members of the Frostburg Planning Commission. My name is Adam Felty. I'm representing Vertical Converting as the Vice President of Real Estate Development and Construction. Vertical Converting was formerly known as Sierra Hygiene Products in the Frostburg Industrial Park. In attendance on this meeting with me is Brian Shama, who is the President of Vertical Converting Sierra Hygiene Products. And we'd like to thank you for taking the time to review our site development plan prepared by Specs Engineering, dated January 12th, 2026. This project is located at Lot 5 and 8 in the Hoffman Hollow Road Industrial Park in Frostburg, Maryland. The overview, I would like to do an overview. This is a connected addition to the existing industrial structure for converting operations, manufacturing, commercial, domestic toilet paper, and rolled paper towels with associated site improvements. It complies with the technology light industrial zoning and requires NPDES permits and incorporates EST for stormwater. Tonight I'll cover the project description, site details, design features, environmental considerations, compliance, and benefits. And then I'll be happy to answer any questions along the way. I'll first start with the project description and site data. The project scope is building an addition to our current structure, including 18 loading docks, concrete pads, and minor improvements like curbs and ballards, based on the January 2020 survey from existing conditions. The total property area is 12.2 acres. The limited disturbance is 10.16 acres, plus or minus, and the total proposed impervious area is 6.3 acres. Earthwork is approximately 62,500 cubic yards of cut and 10,200 cubic yards of fill. Moving on to zoning and land use compliance, it's zoned in the TLI, Technology Light Industrial, which aligns with manufacturing uses, maintains industrial character, and we don't anticipate needing any variances for this project. The lot requirements are minimum area of 6,000 square feet, which we exceed. The building setbacks, front is 30 feet, and the rear and the sides are 10 feet. The building height restrictions is up to 4 stories, 50 foot, and we're proposing 28 feet plus or minus. No historic district impacts, floodplain and zone X, which is on the site plan, development plans, effective April 3rd, 2020. Vicinity and access, it's off the Hoffman Hollow Road near I-68. The vicinity's on the map, and the existing driveway into the cul-de-sac with no public road improvement requirements. The site layout and design features, buildings and scale addition. The addition ties into our existing building connected by a 20-foot by 20-foot passageway with dual-sided fire-rated coil doors for operational efficiency. So although we're calling this an addition, it is its own structure, but connected to our existing through, we call it a fire path. The building is proposed as a concrete core tilt-up with 24-foot clear ceiling heights and 6-inch slab. Vehicular traffic access and circulation. Existing access is from Hoffman Hollow, truck turning, raised plan attached. Internal circulation for vehicles and emergency access with fire hydrant details. We developed the plan, and I'll go over this once I pull the plan up a little bit more, that we had to modify the footprint of the building to allow for a fire access road around the building. There'll be minimal traffic increases. This is to expand our manufacturing operations and to support the current operations in the existing facility. Off-street parking and loading. Total required for the existing and proposed building is 174. Total provided on the plan as shown is 160 regular, 5 handicap, and 31 truck with 60 future parking shown on the plan if needed as our operations continue to grow. The loading is 18 new loading dock doors with heavy-duty pavement and concrete dolly apron. Lighting and signs, pole-mounted LEDs for safety, no spillover, no new signs. We're using the existing signs for the existing facility. Industrial design with ballards and fences if needed per the plan. Pavement and infrastructure details, they're on the drawing. There's nothing out of the ordinary to note there. All standard construction times for those. Curbs and sidewalks are all ADA compliant. And we have on the plan, which I can detail, some retaining walls that were needed for grading, and the heights are on the plan for those. Utility and stormwater management. The existing water and sanitary storm, electric, gas are all detailed on the utility plan. We'll have a request into Allegheny Power to provide a separate new electrical service to this building due to the electrical demands for the equipment that we operate. Proposed reconnections, no major extensions that we're aware of for the plan. Fire protection, hydrants per code, with fire access road and fully sprinkled building per the NFPA code requirements with 3-hour firewall separations. Stormwater and drainage, environmental site design with micro bioretention areas for quality. That's on the plan. You can go over that in more detail. Quality is shallow wetlands with bay filter systems. And in the calculations, we don't anticipate any new net runoff increase. Pre and post photographs in the appendix to show that. And this complies with MDE standards. Erosion control will be the silt fences, check dams, and sediment traps as needed in the design. Environmental and safety considerations, environmental impacts, we do have a wetland buffer that is noted on the drawing, and I can detail that here after I'm done doing the presentation. There's wetlands that were found in the project area that were delineated in the winter of 2024 going into 2025. We're currently working on the Waste Resource Administration joint application that's required for the submission. We anticipate this to be considered a low impact wetland. Waterways and drains go to the local stream infrastructure that's existing. There's no wetlands or spatial state concerns or floodplains or critical areas that we're concerned with at this point or aware of, but there will be NPDES permits required with disturbance being over an acre. And the mitigation is unavoidable impacts for that wetland area, and I'll detail on the drawing why we weren't able to avoid it. ADA and life safety, everything's compliant with ramps and sidewalks for ADA requirements and the fire access circulation with hydrants to meet code. The community benefits and conclusion benefits, this is boost manufacturing jobs with minimal disruption in that industrial park. So from an operations standpoint, is for vertical converting for additional employees. Our current employee count is 52, and we're still working to hire more for our current capacity and increased load. Over the first 5 years, we anticipate 25 new skilled employees and total vertical converting employees over that 5 years could roughly be into a total count over across all shifts in near 100. And from a manufacturing standpoint, with this additional space, we'd be potentially looking at adding 4 additional manufacturing lines. And part of the space is for the manufacturing, and part of it is for our raw product to come into the building and finished product to get out of the building. This plan, this plan complies fully with all applicable codes and zoning requirements, and we respectfully request approval to proceed. I want to thank you for your time to review this potential exciting project and look forward to any questions you may have. And then I assume you all have the hard copy of the drawings in front of you. And I understand I'm on a laptop, so if I pull up my screen, I'm not sure if it's something everyone can see or not. But in this case, if it makes sense for Ray, since you're there, if he wanted to kind of point out some of the wetland stuff to everyone that's in attendance that has the drawing in front of them and kind of talk about some of that, or I can pull it up on my screen. I'm just not sure if everybody will be able to see it.
We'll be able to see it. They have hard copies. They can see. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Look at sheet C 2.0. There's the area there to the west, or in upper plan right of the proposed building that's colored in an orange color is our wetland impact. So, yeah, Karen's got it there.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yeah, so if you want to, Adam, if you want to switch it over to C 2.0.
Yep.
So this area right in here is the wetland impact we're talking about.
What's your total square feet?
My total square footage is
Of the wetland, yeah.
of the wetland
It's
is
on there, okay.
a little over 1,000. It's on the wetland summary. We're about 4,000 on the buffer.
Okay.
And then further off there along Axon Court and Huffman Hollow, we have a stream buffer disturbance where one of the bioretention outfalls will actually be in the strain buffer, but not actually in the strain.
Were those the former containment areas that you were talking about?
The one I
Or are
was
these the
talking
ones that
about,
you're providing?
these are new ones that we're putting in. The one I was talking about before we had the meeting here is, when you look at the screen, and I'll point up here, this area right in here was a rather large sediment trap.
Okay.
It's remnants from when this was a dump and also when it was mined. So we're not sure who was the actual owner or the originator. No one at the county, no one at the city has any records of it. And so the county actually owns that lot. It is not part of our development, and the county has worked with the state on doing some work on that. I don't have a whole lot of details on that though. But as a result of this being here and the drainage that's up top, there is a notable sized wetland there along the side. Our original plan had the building sitting almost 50 to 60 feet closer to our property line. And this roadway would have come down along the property line and given us a lot more room in here for development.
Right.
But in order to minimize our impact, we pushed the building there further to the south. Well, after we started getting into the building design, figuring out what we needed as far as fire codes and that's when we realized we had to have 360 coverage. So you'll notice that we cut, this was a square at one time, this
Oh,
whole
okay.
building, so we had to step the building back in order to allow the road to clear and still maintain everything on our property.
That's for the fire access?
That's for the fire access, correct.
Okay.
So that will be a paved road, but it will not be, it's not intended for public use
Right.
or, so they'll have a minimal amount of paving on it. Now stuff like trash and everything else, those kind of facilities are already contained within the existing building, that they're just gonna use the same type of facilities there. They have a pretty decent sized compactor, and what they do with their cardboard, take care of recycling along those lines.
So where is, this is
So-
parking for?
Yeah, this
That's
is
one of the-
all new parking.
So like a dumpster is?
It's way down
it's
here.
Already
Yeah.
there?
So, I'll show one up here. This is the original building here. This is the blind place.
Oh, really?
This is where the blinds were made.
Yep.
Hunter Douglas, was it Hunter Douglas? Or, who actually owned it? It was,
Are they? Oh, I wouldn't, not court, or
you know, you can see him, he lived over Bragg Estates, who owned it.
John?
Yes.
John?
Give him that.
It's not court, what is it?
His last name began with an S, didn't it? His son did. Anyway, this was the original building. This is the addition that was put on in 21, including loading docks here.
Oh.
So we have loading docks on this side. There's loading docks right in here to the north of the existing. And then furthermore, this is the new building that we're putting in. We have a connection in here, which is at this scale plan kind of disappears. But there's actually a 20-foot wide connection area and door so that we can get rolls from one side of the building into
Right.
the other side of the building. Now, we had to separate this a minimum distance for fire code and fire access. And likewise, so you'll see why we added some paving in here, and this hatch part right here is paved, but it's intended just to get us fire access, so that the only place where a fire truck's not going is right here.
Right there.
Oh, but it can access it from this side?
Yeah, you can pull
Yeah.
those in from that side without a problem. And then we have two entrances off here. We have a direct entry here. This is intended to get equipment in and out. It's at grade coming all the way into the building. And then this ramps down so that we have a 4-foot high loading dock to the west side of the property.
So there is loading going on that side?
Yeah. I think there's 16 bays. What did we end up there, Adam? 16?
Yeah.
18 doors.
That's it.
Okay.
Wow, big operation.
This is big for us. It's nice. Well, it may not be big for Adam, but for Frostburg, yes, this is a decent sized building for Frostburg.
Well, this is big for our manufacturing, yeah, absolutely. I have some,
Excuse me.
you can see, are you seeing that picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is an inside view of our, the new
Now,
addition that was put in.
we don't have the picture up.
To give you just an idea of what our
It's a photograph.
manufacturing looks like.
Adam, we do not have a photograph up. It's still the PDF.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, so stop sharing the PDF and then you'll have to share your picture window.
Got it. We need to fix that here.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
This is the inside of the existing structure
Oh,
right now.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's small compared to what they're putting in.
That's a quarter of the size of what we're proposing.
Okay.
So yeah, back here, the converting machine that takes those big parent rolls and then converts them down, and it goes through all the different processes through the conveyor system, and then we end up with either rolled paper towel or toilet paper.
So those rolls that they come in originally are
Right.
about half the size of our conference table here.
Right.
You know, several thousand pounds. You don't get in the middle of them. I
Yeah.
tried to push one just to see if I could get it to move. It wasn't going anywhere.
You
Standard
mentioned,
2 inches tall, 65 inches in diameter, 4,000 pounds.
you mentioned you were still seeking people to, man, what your personal, your operation is as it sits. Did I hear that correctly?
Correct. Yep,
Okay.
we're hiring right now for first, second, and weekend shifts.
Okay.
What kind of skill sets are you looking for?
I mean, we're looking at everything from maintenance to floor workers to tow motor operators, shipping, receiving. We've grown exponentially in the last 5 years, and so we're kind of streaming every position. And then obviously machine operators, when they're learning the downstream mechanical robotics, the upstream, where it's kind of looking at the fine tuning of the machine to make sure we're making the right rolls. It's a little bit of everything.
I only ask because I have a grandson who's a freshman.
Send me his resume. Absolutely.
Hey, Adam, I guess I got one question. If everything goes through with your timeline, what are you looking for beginning construction and completion?
Sure, that's a great question. And normally we dive headfirst in these type of projects, but in the manufacturing world, you know, it's the timing of when we take on a huge project and add this additional space is also timed to the business operations and what the market's doing, you know, our marketing,
Right.
the business that we're in, because it is, I mean, it's a huge undertaking for us from that manufacturing side with the CapEx spend to build such a large building and then also turn around and generate the additional sales that go along with that expanded space and machinery. So it's not even the cost of the infrastructure in the building, it's the cost of the machines that go into there, which is, you know, millions and millions of dollars of machines, and they come from some domestic and a lot of the stuff does, you know, some of it's domestic, some of it's international, and working around, you know, some of the tariffs that may be applied onto those. So the timing of all this is difficult. What we want to be able to do is get through the approval process as far as the land development and then the building's concerned, but we don't have an exact timeline of once that approval's done, when we would move forward with the construction. It's still potential that it could be a 2026 project, or it could get pushed into 2027 based on that timing.
Okay. Hey, I'll just add one comment on you're looking for employees and working. You might want to think about working with county education, looking at VOTEC and reaching out to them.
Okay, I work with Jeff and Nathan at the county. Are they good people to talk to? Get contacts for that?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, yes. Jeff Barclay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
The county's been helpful in allowing or giving the, they didn't actually give, in selling the property to
Right.
them and helping them through the process. They've been with us since day one.
Okay.
So, and they're very interested. Jeff's been a good partner for us through here, so.
Brian, I want to thank you for your presentation. Commissioners, anybody else have any questions or comments? If not, I would approve of, yeah, well, I'm open to a motion for approval on this project.
I'll make a motion to approve the project as presented.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions?
Me. I abstain.
The ayes carry. Okay,
Great.
the project's approved.
We're,
Real quick, this was this just for preliminary?
We
or
were looking for final on
Okay, we're
this.
doing final, okay,
Yeah.
I will, okay.
Oh, it said
make sure
preliminary
that's
on here,
fine.
that's
Yeah, because
Okay.
we had presented this before.
I wasn't
I
sure
know
if that was
that, yeah.
sketch or
It
preliminary.
was a little more than a sketch
Okay.
plan back then, so.
Okay, so this
But
is
hearing
final.
no comments, I would actually ask for final.
Okay, yeah.
I think we're good with that, aren't we, fine, right? We don't need to do
So
another
we
I
motion.
don't think we do.
We won't be seeing it again
Okay.
then?
That's up to you. I'm out of
I-
it, so you guys can make that decision.
Is there something?
Well, we haven't seen the landscape plan.
I knew you were gonna bring. Karen likes trees.
Karen, I was thinking of you, and
The appendix is not here?
now the landscaping, we do not have a landscape plan for this. Generally, we're pretty much property
But
line,
I've seen
property
it.
line.
You've got grasses and.
Yeah. Now, one thing we are doing within the larger pond, it is a shallow wetland, and we will be putting in a bunch of factor trees. So we're looking at like silver birch and that kind of stuff to come in there. It's not a detailed plan. It's just enough for us to do what we need to do because
Oh,
the
it said
reality
that-
of it is we're going property line to property line basically with disturbance. So.
No, it said that there was going to be an appendix with the plant list, and I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, that comes in the stormwater management stuff that goes through.
Do you want to add an addendum so with our approval, the city would look at that?
No.
Because the city engineer still has to sign off. right?
Yeah, oh yeah, it has to go through Hayden, it has to go through community development permits. This goes down through MDE and also with Soil Conservation District, so there'll be several eyes that get on this before we get permits. All jokes aside, Karen, if you want to see a landscape plan, go ahead and say it. We'll bring back a landscape plan later for you as we get further along.
That's-
It's up to you. I mean,
I wouldn't require it, no.
okay.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen, for your presentation.
yeah, thank you all. We appreciate your time and consideration reviewing this. We're looking forward to it.
You're welcome to stay hooked up while we finish out, but I'm sure you have other things to do on the evening.
Yeah. We'll probably sign off.
Gotta go tuck my kids in the bed.
Yeah,
All right, thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.
yeah, thank you all.
Thanks, everyone. Definitely.
Any discussion items by anybody here from the commission? I have none. Okay. Any administrative business and communications received?
No.
Are there any updates on the comp plan? Has Has anything transpired?
I missed the last meeting because they moved dates because of the first of the year. So they didn't go through much. Okay.
I have a few notes here. Sorry. Yeah, just like quick update. They received back the third try at the FSU student questionnaire. I believe they had 17 respondents, and the largest response that they saw was they were looking for more career opportunities, concerns over the job market, and also wanting like more amenities here in town, things for them to do essentially. But I will email that response, like they have like a little document for that. I will email that all out to all the members. So if you want to comment or at least just look over it, you can do that. And then they just kind of gave an update on the plan chapters that they're working on the water resources element, also working on transportation chapter, and also natural resources and mineral resources chapters. And then the next meeting is going to be on February 6th.
Ray, do you have trouble opening up the stuff that they send out?
Every now and then, yeah,
Oh, really?
I've had, yeah.
Okay, well, let me know if that's the case whenever I send something. I can try and get it to you another way, or...
Yeah, I don't know what it is, I mean,
One time they sent it out wasn't a PDF, but they sent something else. But every time they send PDFs, I don't have a problem.
yeah,
But it might have been something with one of the surveys. I don't know.
that may be what it was.
I think
don't
that's
know.
what it was.
Not everything opens up.
Okay, well, if you do have an issue, let me know, and
Okay.
then I can try and figure out another way or a different format to get it to you.
Okay. Nothing else to go? Let's adjourn.
The only thing I would have is, I sit on one of the county boards, and the county had everyone that was on a board or commission go through training with Open Meetings Act. I don't know if
Didn't
Frostburg.
you do that once already, as I recall?
We did training for MDP, which kind of like did like 2 slides on open meetings, but it was beyond that. But I don't recall us doing anything on a city basis. So I'm really looking over to Jamie about this. Is that something that the city is going to require us to do? Is this something that's been pushed statewide, or is this just a result of the county's failure to abide by the Open Meetings Act?
It's just a result of the county.
Okay,
I
I just
haven't heard anything on the line.
Okay, good. I think we do pretty good as a board, making sure that anything's discussed is discussed here.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything.
Yeah, they just had a few issues that kind of threw them under the bus, so.
Yeah. Going back to the vertical converting, Adam did say that if anyone at the planning commission wanted to take a tour, he would arrange that. We could do that as a group tour if you guys want to see what's going on. But just let me know, just respond to one of our group emails that you'd like to do that, and I can get it set up.
Okay. That sounds neat.
Hey, I guess the one thing I will point out on this, because it came up, on the mapping there, obviously, it's part of the industrial park, the lot that Ray was talking about, the former pond. You know, I think it's probably advantageous that either us work with the county and the city to resolve some of them issues to make that parcel more attractive to a future developer, because that's going to be an expense that they're going to get hit with.
It's already underway.
Okay, all right, I was just thinking outside the
Like I
box.
said, we've been working with the county for some time.
Okay,
So-
do you get what I'm saying? I mean, we're running out of space in the industrial park.
That is yeah, we have 3 lots left in the industrial park. I am currently working on developing a pad prep for lot 3, lot 2, and lot 1. Lot 1 and 2 front, is it, can't remember the name of the street. It's not Huffman, it's the other one. It comes down next to the nursing home.
Village Parkway.
Village
Yeah,
Parkway.
1 and 2 front Village Parkway, and 3 it comes off the other cul-de-sac in the parkway. So
Okay.
they'll kind of, they can be separate lots or just one big lot like this lot 5 was. So, but the county's working with contractors, and we're
Okay.
gonna try to get a level pad. Right now, the soils in there are pretty pathetic, and if you went out and county lumber, or it was lumbered before they took it over, and it was left a mess, and we got a lot of soft areas, just a lot of just junk soil. So,
So
the
are
idea,
they filling? Or?
well, the idea is depending on how the geotech report comes back, we'll be pulling material out if we have to, or putting material in to make it more palatable and more appealing for a developer to come in. So, yeah.
That project down by the animal crematorium, is that gotten?
It's well underway.
Yeah,
Clem.
they
Clem.
are, I just actually spoke to Richard Police, the head of their business development. I spoke to him yesterday, actually. They are pretty much ready to get their use and occupancy permit.
That's pretty far away. That's pretty far along.
Yeah.
But it's been years, hasn't it?
Clem? No, they broke ground early summer.
Of the, oh,
Yeah, they were finished. Yeah, they were finished the building, just the raw shell of the building, back in October, I think. And now they were doing the rest of the site work and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's exciting to see. That. But you are right, Jeff. We are running out of areas to develop.
Yeah.
I guess that's one thing that we need to address in the comp plan.
Yes.
that's what I was wondering.
Areas for potential annexation. Yeah.
Yes.
Looks like somebody's got something planned down there next to Weiss's, or did they just clean that all up to make it more attractive?
That I'm not sure. I mean, that's not in city limits.
Yeah, I know it's not in the
Yeah,
city,
no.
not yet.
Yeah.
In my world, yes. Not yet.
Yeah, I understand that there's a possibility that it might be a doctor's office. That's
Okay.
what I've heard. I'm not sure if that's the site or if the one that's supposed to be up by Walgreens. Apparently what's going on with Walgreens? They're
Yeah,
moving
does anybody
soil
know?
and stuff right next to it.
Yeah,
Just beyond Walgreens?
they're just kind of grading the site just to kind of make it attractive
Yeah.
for somebody to come in.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that we've heard that's actually going in yet.
Yeah, but you have a grading permit for that then?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they did. Yeah, they got a grading permit.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment if there's nobody else, anything else to say.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
We're adjourned.
So be it.